Okay, for this section we're going to have a look at estimates. Now, estimate is roughly a guesstimation, but it's an educated guess. So the idea of an estimation is that it gives us an idea of whether or not our answer is going to be in the ballpark, around about what our answer is going to be. So for example, we'll start off with this one here, an example of 125 multiplied by 630. Now in order to do this, we're going to round this off to the nearest 100 and see how we go. So if we round off 125 to the nearest 100, we're going to end up with 100. Multiplied by 630, if I round it off to the nearest 100, because it's less than 50, we're going to go down to 600. So if we're multiplying 125 by 600, approximately how big is our answer going to be? Well, this is our estimation, so we're going to put down our two zeros because we're multiplying by hundreds. And we've got another two zeros over here, so we put down another two zeros. And then we multiply 6 times 1, which is 6. So our answer should be approximately 60,000. Now because 125 is greater than 100 and 630 is greater than 600, our actual answer is going to be greater than 60,000. So if we were to work out this calculation in real life, you'd have 125 multiplied by 630. We put down our 0 because we're multiplying by tens now. 3 5s are 15, put down the 5, trade up the 1, 3 2s are 6, and 1 is 7, 3 1s are 3. And then we're going to multiply by hundreds. 6 5s are 30, trade up the 3, 6 2s are 12, and 3 is 15, trade up the 1, 6 1s are 6, and 1 is 7. And then we add them together, and we're going to get 0, 5, 7, 8 and 7, and you can see that our answer is actually greater than our estimation of 60,000 in real life. But our estimation tells us that our answer is going to be either 60,000 or greater because it's a multiplication. So with that in mind then, how about you have a go at this calculation, and then we'll pause the screen for you to do it. So let's say we do 225 multiplied by 780. So if you'd like to pause now, and you do that. Right, so now that you're back with us, how about we round these off to the nearest 100? So 225, because it's less than 50, is going to round down to 200.
I'm confused, Mr. Forrester. If you rounded it off to 100, why didn't that go to 300?
Because...
Shouldn't you go up when you round off? Don't you always go up?
No, you round to the nearest 100, Mr. Burns. So if the number was 250 or 251, I would round it up to 300.
Ah.
And because the answer, if the number was 249 or less, I'm going to round it down to 200.
Got it.
Right, so moving right along while I find another cup of coffee. 780 is greater than 750, so I'm going to round that up to 800. And then we're going to do the multiplication. So I've got two zeros over here, I put those down. I've got two zeros over here, I put those down. And then I go 2 times 8 is 16. And my answer when I multiply 225 by 780 should be greater than 160,000. Alright, now that should be the answer that you guys have got as you've worked it out for yourselves. How about we give you another one to do? And for this one, you also can do this one on your own. So we'll give you 135 multiplied by 793. So first of all, write that down as an estimation and then do it as a calculation. Right, so now that you're back with us, let's do our rounding off first. So 135, because it's less than 150, is going to round off to 100. multiplied by 793. Now 793 is greater than 750, so we're going to round that up to 800. And then we're going to do our multiplication. So I'm putting down 2 zeros, and I'm putting down 2 zeros that come from over here. 8 times 1 is 8, and my answer is going to be roughly 80,000 or greater. So let's just check to see if that's going to be right. 793 multiplied by 135. Now because I have no zeros in the bottom row here, I'm going to use 3 rows when I do the calculation. So 3 times 5 is 15, I put down the 5, I trade out the 1. 5 times 9 is 45 and 1 is 46, I put down the 6, I trade out the 4. 5 sevens are 35 and 4 is going to be 39, I put down the 39. I'm now multiplying by tens, so I'm putting down 1 0. 3 threes are 9, 9 threes are 27, I put down the 7, I trade up the 2, 3 sevens are 21 and 2 is going to be 23. Okay, now I'm going to multiply by 100, so I put down 2 zeros. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 9 is 9 and 1 times 7 is 7. And now I add them all up. 5 and 0 is going to be 5. 6 and 9 is going to be 15. I put down the 5, I trade out the 1. 9 and 1 is 10 and 7 is 17 and 3 is going to be 20. Put down the 0, trade out the 2. 9 and 6 is going to be 15 and 2 is going to be 17. I put down the 7, I trade out the 1 and 7 and 2 is 9 and 1 is going to be 10. So my answer, as you can see, is now greater than 80,000. It's actually 107,055.
I'm confused, Mr. Forrester. Shouldn't this answer here be the exact same answer as that one?
No, it shouldn't be, because we haven't multiplied when we did our estimation these two numbers here.
What's that word again?
Our estimation. So what we've done is we've rounded off the numbers. In this case we've rounded down to 100 and we've rounded 793 down to up to 800, and then we multiplied 100 by 800 and we've come up with 80,000. So when we multiply 793 by 135 we get 107,055. And I think we'll leave it at that.
Awesome.